Greetings, this is Jazz for JazReviews, and today we're looking at War Thunder, a completely free-to-play World War II squadron historically accurate flight simulator, now with tanks. Available on the PC and PlayStation 4. We'll just be looking at aircraft combat today, and maybe next time we'll dig into the equally complex system of tank warfare. Straight off the bat, I can say that I love this game. War Thunder has captured the essence and magic of squadron fighting, with 350 unlockable, upgradable, as well as customizable planes from 4 of the biggest aircraft countries in this period: Britain, Germany, Japan, and the USA. But best of all, it's absolutely free. If you think this experience would interest you, I would encourage you to sign up and start playing right away. I'll provide a link in the description below. Click it and download War Thunder. But the good news is that you don't necessarily have to pay to win in War Thunder. Balance is everything, and I do believe its Russian developers have effectively enforced that. More on this later. So in taking to the skies, you will quickly become aware of how great this game looks. So many flight sims neglect to transfer any realism to its ground resolutions, water effects, building models, and overall size and scope. War Thunder, though, is easily one of the greatest looking flight games, if not the best out there. Furthermore, it is incredibly optimized. Even the lowest of PC specs will be able to run War Thunder effectively. But with all this detail around you, it's the enemy planes you need to be paying attention to. The most common of game modes are Ground Strike, requiring players to take out ground units ranging from armored cars, tanks, naval units, and bombing zones. And then there's Domination, creating for some awesomely tight battles whereby aircraft will be trying to touch down upon runways and capture them. Completing objectives will drain enemy tickets, but commonly enough victory can be achieved, or at least heavily supported through destroying enemy planes. As opposed to the common limitation of just using one aircraft in a round. You are free to use multiple aircraft and crews in-game as a part of a custom loadout. You will fly through a match exhausting each of your planes, and once destroyed, you will not be able to use them again until the next round. This promotes tactical decisions in which certain planes are better suited for different situations. But the real winner here is how personalized War Thunder becomes. Trainable crews add weight to flight functionality, improving things like the vitality of your pilot or how much G-force he can withstand. Varying ammunition types can also be utilized that include armor-piercing, incendiary, and tracer rounds, all of which carry their own advantages and disadvantages, whilst custom paint jobs add a little bit of character to the metal. War Thunder does demand a level of skill that you will develop through learning to lead one's shot, as well as becoming more aware of an enemy's flight path. I would highly recommend tracer rounds starting out, as you'll be able to see exactly where you're shooting, but remember to limit reload times and weapon jams through burst firing instead of going fucking mental. The game's bomber planes become obvious targets, but are able to withstand that much more, and are equipped with an automatic turret that you can also take over to plaster those on your 6. And please excuse the questionable custom paint job on this one. I call it the gay bomber. But naturally, these big planes are difficult to maneuver. Fighter pilots, however, will be wise to get to grips with outmaneuvering enemy fighter pilots. It's all about speed. Altitude is your friend. Dive bombing enemies is an effective technique of concentrating firepower right where it hurts, before swooping back up into the skies in order to maintain this energy. But of course, positioning is everything. What you will notice in War Thunder is the sheer brutality and realistic destruction of aircraft. Damage will go on to affect fuel and engine power, as well as punch holes through your plane and cockpit glass. Sure, there's small inconsistencies here and there. You cannot literally bomb an enemy plane, but the chances of doing so are next to none anyway. But with upgradable munitions, I did manage to launch a few unguided rockets at my targets. Every kill, assist, and objective awards Silver Lions and 2 types of research points. One that goes on to unlock improvements on your planes, the second being the overall research points used to unlock brand new aircraft. Silver Lions earned in-game are also required to physically purchase the planes and upgrades after unlocking them. And so there are 4 nations to choose from. We're talking basic biplanes to the most advanced Spitfires and jet planes of the Korean War. Typically all of these planes are randomly mixed between teams regardless of nation. I chose the Germans and have logged a considerable amount of time getting to the level 4 planes. But the player is always free, of course, to swap nations as they please and keep all of the progress made in that country. Depending on the pilot's skill, ranking up can take a lot of grinding. The process is made faster through using your golden eagles and buying premium account days. Silver lions as well as research points become a lot bigger with premium. You can collect some gold eagles here and there from completing tutorials and logging into the game after some time. But if you want a lot of power here, you're gonna have to spend some dollars. But in all honesty, it is not a requirement. The unlocking process is fairly slow, but incredibly addicting and worthwhile. There are a small amount of planes only available to those with thousands of golden eagles, namely me. I used gold eagles to nab me a level 4 Tempest, and was matched against level 4 Bearcats, Spitfires and Yak 9s. The fact was that I had just one level 4 plane alongside a whole set of level 1 and 2 planes. Needless to say, I was outmatched, balance ensured. But I developed my own skill a lot faster this way, and simply threw the Tempest out of my loadout when I felt like just playing with people my own size. Sometimes it's good to be the big fish of the small pond. All of which has been discussed so far has been with the game's standard arcade mode in mind.
Stay on target. We're too close. Stay on target.
As the player becomes all the more skilled, great pilots will want to explore the realistic or simulation difficulty. Realistic mode limits the player to one plane per round, throwing variable factors into the mix such as engine stalls, repairing, landing, water cooling, and limited ammo, whilst G-force can actually cause your plane's wings to snap off. In simulation mode, things are made a lot worse. You are constricted to the cockpit view only. On the other hand, these difficulties dish out much bigger rewards, and are historically accurate with places like Stalingrad that will only pit Germans against the actual Russian planes used in the battle. Those interested in the historical authenticity of War Thunder will be blown away with sheer attention to detail. You will always find players online, involving up to 32 players a game. The game is also complete with custom servers and a single-player dynamic campaign, which provides for a number of fairly simple missions. I'll be playing War Thunder for some time to come. If you fancy joining the dogfight, feel free to add JazReviews on War Thunder itself and join my squadron and we'll tear shit up. Whilst I may have invested a lot of time into the German tree, I haven't really so much as touched upon any other nation. Let me know if you would like to see some more War Thunder content, and we can advance through all of these nations together. For a free-to-play game, I can't help but recommend it. Feel free to click the link in the description below and get playing right away. But until next time, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the comments. Oh, and happy Valentine's Day. I hope you get some.